less about than Nate did. So, hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Monday Night Raw, or Alone Tonight Raw. I am Tony Schiavone, here with Trini Kwan and Corey Graves. And today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Tonight Raw, we're going to see the new TWF heavyweight fighter here, Mora, I guess, or Mora from Disney's Mora. She beat MJF on Rampage or Ramfru, WrestlePalooza, or WrestleMania last Saturday or Saturday, Tony Schiavone said. We're going to see her here today. Yes, Trini Kwan said she made good on her oath that she would become the new TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. She beat MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Trini Kwan said. Yes, she did, Corey Graves said. Yes, she did. Alright, and Mora says, I can't really stand up well. So, I am the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. Now, I know in some wrestling businesses it's two separate winnings. I know OVW undid what they did, and they took the world heavyweight winnings and they took the TWF heavyweight. They took their heavyweight winnings and they unbonded them. Well, the TWF still keeps theirs bonded together, but they're both still alive. So if you win one, you win both of them. Now if we can just seek out where the other ones went to. Fuck, I don't know. So anyway, I am the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. I told MJF that I was going to win those winnings, that I was going to bring Onlook back to those winnings. And MJF kept on bullshitting and saying, oh, I'm lying, I'm not going to win anything, that I wasn't going to beat him, you know, that he had everything under run and lead, which was his bullshit at the end of the day, because he didn't have any run or lead over anything that happened. And at the end of the day, I did. I came in, I fought him, and he's gonna soon bitch about how it was unfair that Astronema made it where he couldn't get a reckoning out, or he couldn't get the match thrown out. Because let's be earnest, that's how he won it from Jack Sparrow the Tudis time, when Jack Sparrow won it back from him. And let's be earnest, that's how he won it from me, how he ended up beating me for it the first time, and how he beat Rex for it. So if you want to come out, MJF, and bitch about and rant about the unfairness of what happened, then by all means do so. You want to have another match with me here today, then by all means do so. It's time to put up or shut up. Well, we do know that MJF now is coming out now to the ring, Tony Schiavone said. And what's he going to do? Is he going to be on looking, Tony Schiavone said, or is he going to be a bully, hill, and a creep? I don't know, Trini Kwan said. He's going to be a bully and a hill and a creep, I guess. Corey Graves says, show some on look. He was the former TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. All right. I can come out and say that you were the greater woman, you were the greater fighter, you were the greater wrestler, or the greater overstar, or whatever you want to say. Yeah, it was unfair that Astronema made an oversight, that I couldn't have the match thrown out by a reckoning out, or I couldn't have the match thrown out by doing something that was unlawful. You're only lucky that you won the WWE, the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. But there's other men and women out there that are going to come after you. Like who? What? Kenny Omega? What? Adam Page? What? Roman Reigns? Yeah, I'm ready for all of them. And they all would behave like you. Well, Adam Page, no. But Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns, they would behave like you. And I know that they all want to knock me off of this hill that I spent so long to get up. You want to have another match for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings here today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Tonight Raw, formerly known as Raw's War at one time? Yeah, that's what I want. Well, by all means, how about I give that to you? How about I give that to you? Here today, on Monday Night Raw, I give that to you. Hold on here, Astronema says. Look, I know you two want to fight. Oh, I can't stand up. What the fuck? Stand up! Ugh. I used to be able to stand. I used to have the skill to stand up. Now I can't anymore. Is that what you want? Astronema says. You want to have a match here today for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. Alright, it's on. But the same oversight is back on for you. Well, we just heard from Astronema or Corone saying that they're going to have another match here today, but the oversight is still going to be upholded from the last match they had. Shit! Now her boomerang or whatever, her flying ring or flying disc, flying ring or flying disc, want to keep in her hands. Fuck! That's not the way I wanted to do it. Yeah, I wanted everything off. I'm gonna fall down. Alright, get the Fight Lord in. This is for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. First, he is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and she is the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight fighter, Mora. Well, MJF might wonder just how is he going to win? If he couldn't win the first time, Tony Schiavone said, how's he going to win the 2nd time? I mean, to win the 3rd time. Oh, MJF going after Mora, who still had her necklace on and had to take that off. MJF taking down Mora, who need either be a Samoa's fellow or be a Hawaii fellow. We don't know. Or some kind of, sovereign, South Sea Islander. MJF taking her down, Tony Schiavone said. Oh, while Trini Kwan said she's like, well, she is not a Maivia. She's not a Fatu. She's not a Mafuda at all. She doesn't really belong to any of those kin. So, MJF. So, I don't really know. A body slam. Maxwell Jacob Friedman did to Mora, Tony Schiavone said. Well, Trini Kwan said, I don't know. She's not a Maivia. She's not a Fatu. She's not a Mafuta. They tend to be in either football or wrestling or both. Well, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, did speak for that oneself in her first and only film. And I think her run as a TWF heavyweight and royal fighter going to come to an end. Corey Graves said, oh, the Samoans or Hawaii strike to Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Tony Schiavone said. Here we go again, Trini Kwan said. Maxwell Jacob Friedman on his back, going to be looking up at the stars while the Fight Lord tracks 1, 2, 3, Trini Kwan says. Oh, that's right. That's sad, Corey Graves. That's really sad you said that. That's what's happening, Tony Schiavone said. That's what the binding's in now. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And still, the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, Mora. If we're saying her name right or not, Tony Schiavone says. You can't stand up. And now MJF once again is now the loser of this match, Tony Schiavone says. You think he's going to take that lying down? Oh, I don't know. Tony, you can take it lying down, Tony Schiavone says. Or is he going to bitch and rant about the unfairness of it? Well, I don't know, Corey Graves says. I know at the end of the day, it was unfair that Astronema made that same bullshit oversight she made on her last match they had, and that's probably the only grounds to why Mora won. Corey Graves said, you think that's true, Trini Kwan said? You're saying you're doubting Mora's wrestling skill or wrestling? You're saying it had nothing to do with her being a good wrestler or being a good fighter. It always has to do with the oversight. Yeah. That's what it got to be about, Trini Kwan said. Well, Tony Schiavone said, whatever happened, happened. Mora won the match. She's still the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. MJF is not. He's going to go in the back of the row and yield for his next time, whenever that's going to be. Tony Schiavone said, well, Renee Young now is now going to be talking with Mora here today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Night Raw. Alright, Tony Schiavone, I'm going to be talking with Mora here today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Night Raw. Mora, how does it feel to know you're the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter and you have kept your winnings? Well, Renee Young, first, I can't believe I ever won it, and two, I can't believe I still have it. You see, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, he might be a skilled wrestler, a skilled fighter, I'll give him that. But he spends way too much time bitching and ranting about the unfairness of things. He likes to go around and scathe and shame and guilt and slight everyone else for everything they ever said or did wrong, but doesn't want to be held to that same standard. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, you can scathe, you can guilt, you can shame, and you can slight me all you want. But that doesn't shift that I beat you, that I won the match, I won the fight, and I'm still the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. That I can't speak for Roman Reigns or you know, Carmelo Hayes. I can't speak for whoever did it in OVW. I can't speak for MLW, NWA, IW. Oh, I know in AWA, you're the heavyweight fighter. And I'm Brodus Clay's the NWA heavyweight fighter. I can't speak for any of them. But all I can tell you is, I can't worry about that. I can only worry about myself. You know? So, you want to have another fight? So, you want another fight with me, MJF? Maxwell Jacob Friedman? I'm just going to put the bully, hill, and creep in her stead again. Shit. Come on, stand up. Well, that's my talk with Mora. Back to you, Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Renee Young, for talking with Mora here today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Night Raw. And that's all the time we got here. I am Tony Schiavone for Trini Kwan and Corey Graves. We hope you like Monday Night Raw or Alone Night Raw, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.